Hi, welcome to the first in a series where I try out some coffee tips and hacks. And I'm going to start off with a really simple one that's absolutely free of charge, takes a couple of seconds and can dramatically improve your coffee. So I've come to Bond Street Coffee in Brighton to perform this simple experiment. I've started by ordering a simple espresso, but in order to make a side-by-side comparison, I've asked them to then split that across 2 cups. And I've chosen slightly larger ones here so that it's going to be easier for the next step. The theory behind this test is that the crema, that's the foam on top of an espresso, tastes pretty bitter. And if you spoon it off before drinking it, or before adding water and then drinking it, you'll end up with a less bitter and fruitier drink. So here I've asked manager Yanis to spoon it off one of them, but leave it on the other so that we can do a comparison. And I've also asked for a jug of hot water because I want to dilute these equally into something closer to a long black. After adding equal amounts of water to both drinks, let's try them. First, the coffee without the crema removed. This is how most people would make a long black, and it tastes pretty familiar because this is the kind of drink that I'd normally order. For these particular beans, it's not that fruit forward and it's reasonably bitter. And now it's time to try the drink where the crema was spooned off before adding the water. And the difference here is remarkable. Most of the bitterness is gone and what you're left with is a much fruitier drink. Now, of course, you may end up preferring the more bitter version, but it's still a test that I'd encourage you to make if you're interested in coffee and how you can really change the flavors with a very simple modification. Well, I'd count that as a success. It was certainly a more substantial difference than I was expecting, and it really did improve the flavour of my coffee to a point that I think I'm going to be asking the cafes to spoon off the crema, certainly if they've got time. I don't like hassling baristas when they look pretty busy. As always, I'd like to thank Bond Street for humouring me on this project. I hope you enjoyed it, and I'd love to hear if you've tried this and what you think of it, whether you're doing it in a cafe or you're doing it at home. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time. Bye-bye.